Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the Invictus Mastery Podcast. This is a special one, of course, because it's the first one. And in this episode, before of that, the goal with this podcast is mostly to talk about success, how we can achieve success in our life, no matter the way that you are talking about, no matter if it is sports, if it is health, no matter if it is wealth. All right, I want to talk about everything because I'm also always searching about those themes, and the goal with this podcast is also to inspire maybe other people, and even more, I think it's for myself because I'm pushing myself and my boundaries by speaking here in English, which is actually not my main language, and it's actually not really that easy. All right, in this episode we are going to talk about the power of our environment and how can it either shape us to achieve success and to get to a better life, or it can actually break us and make us feel limited and close our mind. Our environment is one of the most important things that we can pay attention to achieve success. When I got into entrepreneurship and starting to be in the right environment of people, I start to understand how it actually helped me to achieve great goals. Transform our environment, how it can shape our dreams and success, or maybe can even break our dreams and make us feel stuck in our life and maybe in the life that you don't want, like most people have. So I want you to imagine something. I want you to imagine like a seed. You have a little seed, and this seed needs water, needs sun to grow, right? But this seed, if he's actually in a rush environment, in a rush desert, deprived of water, nutrients and sunlight similar to us, it's not going to grow. If it doesn't have a supporting environment, our dreams are going to be crushed. And that is why it's so important for you to be in a great environment. Just like a seed needs water, needs to be in a good soil. You can just put a seed in somewhere and it doesn't grow. And I talk even that with my grandfather when I'm talking about him about agriculture. By the way, I don't know a lot or anything about agriculture, and I'm asking him about sometimes about this type of stuff. The tree sometimes when he plants, it doesn't going to have fruit. Why? Because it's not in the right environment, because the weather is not great. That's the same thing when you're talking about your life. You need to pay attention of what are the environments that you put yourself in, and when I talk about environments, we are talking about everything. Environments is not just the physical place, it's the emotion place. It's where is your mentality, what are you hearing, what are you listening to. It's really important for you to pay close attention to those stuff, because it has much more power to your mind than you think. Looking back for me, for example, when I see myself when like 5 years ago, when I was in the military, like when I was in boot camp, it was actually a great environment for me to grow, and I love the experience today. Of course, when I was in boot camp at that time, I didn't think I loved. I actually think otherwise. I was tired of it, and I just wanted to end. But I kept going, and it ended up making me stronger. But I was in the right environment. But that is one thing. But when I talk about after of that, when I was in the military, in my last months, in my last years in the military, I was getting a bit tired, because I felt like I was not in the right environment. I felt like the people that were surrounding me and were always talking shit, was only making fun about everything that I did, wherever it was. Doesn't matter if it was videos for social media, doesn't matter if it was my business, doesn't matter what it was, And I didn't want to be in that environment. I did YouTube videos, like, by the way, really shitty YouTube videos, to be honest. Those videos, I didn't speak. It was like gaming videos, but I didn't speak on the videos. My gaming was horrible. It was like really, really bad. But I did like under 30 videos, under 50 videos, maybe, something like that. and I was posting like every single week, or I think it was even every single day. I think I was posting like almost every single day, if I'm not mistaken myself, and I don't think so, because I post like 6 months, or something like that, exactly. But I wasn't getting any results. I was just posting and posting and posting, and I didn't understand what was happening with me. Why didn't I add those results? But then someone came to talk to me about a business opportunity, and I was at the time like in a really dark place, because I didn't see future for my life. I ended up going to the military expecting something, and then I didn't see how I could get better. My videos I was posting like already 6 months of posting videos. But the truth, like looking back right now, I can tell you the videos were really bad. That was why the videos weren't growing up. And like growing up, I'm not saying like I was like I had 1 million subscribers, something like that. No. I'm talking that I was losing subscribers, and I had like 20 subscribers for you to understand. I had like 20 subscribers on YouTube, and I was losing subscribers, or I had like 40. I think I had like 40 or something like that, or maybe even more. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I had a couple subscribers, but I was actually losing subscribers. Every single, but I was actually losing subscribers all the time. And I was actually losing views. I actually ended up having more views in the beginning when I started YouTube, and having more subscribers. Then after it, people stopped subscribing. And why did that happen? Because my videos were actually really bad. But I didn't understand that I needed to get better. It like people teach us that. We need to just be a workaholic, and everything is going to be okay, and you are going to be really successful. But life doesn't work like that. It's not just like work, like hell. Being a workaholic is not going to get you anywhere in life. The only way for you to get better in your life is, yes, you need to work. Sometimes you need to work a lot, or most of the times you need to work a lot. I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but under 90% or 90% of the time, you need to work a lot. But you have also other components. You need to be consistent. You need to be disciplined, and you need to get better every single day. Kobe Bryant talked about this. Like, you don't need to get really like every single day. You don't need to like doing something extravagant and like improve a lot or something like that. No, you just need to improve like 1% every single day. I think I even did a couple years ago. I did a video about this. The video is not really good, actually, to be honest. Just right now is like, I think this is my first video that I'm going to start actually putting my mind into it to actually make a really good video. Because most of the times I'm just doing a video and let's see it, and then post it, not actually to actually make a good video that I know that I can make it, but that's another matter. Just so I want you to understand that you also need to get to every single day, you need to look to yourself, right? Maybe write or go to the every single day. You need to look to yourself and see, all right, how can I get better? All right, I did this video. Let's watch the video again. Let's see how can I get better. For example, I'm doing this video right now, and I know that one of the things that I need to get better, it's speaking. Like my English, it's a bit my English, how can I say, it's like rusty. I don't know, not even rusty, because I don't use English a lot, at least for speaking. I use it a lot to hear, to listen, but when it's about talking, I don't use English a lot. So I need to and how can I get better doing that? I can do more podcasts. Why don't I just start doing podcasts every single day? Maybe the podcasts are not going to have the best content. Yes, for sure, but I need to speak English. I need to speak more and more English every single day. And I don't live in an English speaking country. So How can I get better? This is one way to do it. All right. And I wanted you to understand. And all of this, I was losing my thoughts right now. But I was talking. Yeah. So, and I didn't understand that I also needed to look to myself and see how can I get better, because also no one teaches that. People teach us that you just need to find a job, work like hell, and you're going to be successful. But that is a completely lie. Where's the truth on that? Work, you just need to work a lot and go to college, have a nice course, and you're going to be really successful. Life is not like that. Where do you live? Like maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, if you study a lot and if you work a lot, maybe you could be like a bit successful. But even then, like the most successful people, when you think about someone that is successful, what you are going to think? Like someone that has a lot of money, a lot of time, because money is going to give you time, maybe to be with your family, or to do whatever, or to travel the world, or to do whatever that you want. For me, it's to be with my future family and even my present family, to one day have a wife, to one day have kids. But if I want to have that, I need to have time. And to have experience, I need to have money. And to have time, I also need money. So money can give me all of that. So money is important, right? But when I think of someone that has money right now, who do you think about? Do you think about someone that maybe they are on the lottery? Maybe. But by the way, did you know that most of those people, they end up losing all of their money? Do you? Maybe you don't. So, yeah. And I'm losing my point, and I think this is going to happen a bit in this podcast. I'm even thinking about just changing the theme of this podcast, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to post this podcast, even that is a bit all over the place, and I'm sorry for that. Bear with me. The goal with this podcast is, it's to document my journey to success, for example. Actually, to be honest, I just want to document it, and one day looking back, seeing, it was worth it. And I know that every single person, for you to achieve success, you first need to fail a lot. You need to fail over and over and over again. It's actually in that painting that I have right there from Michael Jordan, basically saying that he failed a lot. He did more than 90,000 shots in his career. No, he's actually missed more than 90,000 shots in his career, and he lost almost 300 games 26 times. He's been trusted to take the game-winning shot, and he missed it. But he's more remembered about his great things that he did than his failures. But first, you need to fail, and you need to fail a lot. And with this podcast, I'm just doing that. I'm failing. I'm failing a lot. But I know that I'm also succeeding because I'm posting the podcast. I'm going to edit and maybe heavily edit the podcast. And I don't know how I have so much info to talk about for you. But I'm going to do it, and bear with me, and I'm going to get there. But how I was saying, I was talking basically about your environment and how did change my mentality. Because when I was doing videos for YouTube, I thought I didn't even understand the concept of getting better every single day. Like I just did things because I did it, because someone did it, because society did it. I actually ended up going to the military, even that I loved military. And I loved military because of the movies, all of the movies that I see, that I all saw at the time, and I actually wanted to experience military, but I actually wanted to go to the university. I actually wanted to go to university and to become an engineer. And ask me why? Because of my best friend at that time wanted to do exactly the same thing. So I thought to myself, that's cool, engineering. And even looking back, it's something that I actually love, But at the time I was only doing that because of my best friend at the time, So looking right now, yes, I actually like a lot of, I like the engineering area, but studying it, I don't know. I don't think it's actually for me, and maybe working on that area. I think it's another stuff, some other stuff I like more than that. I actually like the engineering part of understanding how things work, but studying that area, I don't know if it is for me, to be honest. And especially going to a university, I don't know. But what's the point is, I was only doing because my friend was doing it, and then we talk about it. Why don't we just conquer? Why don't we just try to go to the military? And I end up signing up to the military, because at that time, like, I end up going to one university, but he didn't go. No, exactly, I end up going to one, but he didn't enter that one, or actually he didn't sign up to that one because of some problem. And then the other one that we actually wanted to go, both of us, I signed up, he signed up also, but I failed because I don't know what we say in English. My average score on college was like almost the same thing that he did, but yeah, the course that he took, basically it was different from mine, and I'm just talking in English, and I end up getting like my energy low, and I cannot let actually this happen, because my goal with this podcast is to transmit energy, not to just bore you out of that. So but basically the course that he took, it was actually different from mine, so I end up not getting into the university. So we end up signing up to the military. He didn't go in because he didn't want to also, but in the first phase of entering in the military, he didn't pass because he had something like in his leg or something like that. So we end up not going to the military, and I end up going through all of that phase. I also didn't have anything to do in my life without going to the military, to be honest, because I was not going to the university. I didn't have money, so yeah, let's just join the Air Force, and I joined the Air Force. But and after it, when I was talking also the YouTube example, when I was already in the military, I didn't understand the concept of getting better every single day, especially for yourself, especially like you just actually looking to your interior, to your mind, and say like, yo man, how can I get better? Let's see actually what I'm doing good and what I'm doing bad, and let's actually understand that, and let's work and see how we can get better. I didn't understand that concept even, like I was just too closed-minded to that possibility, I know one thing. I wanted to be successful in life, really successful. I just didn't know how I'm going to do it. I didn't know the path. I didn't know the end goal. I didn't know anything, to be honest. I just know the points A, like where I was, and even that was a bit blurry for you to understand. Like I was completely lost in my life. But then, after all of those under 30, under 50 videos, that is when the environment completely changed, because someone came to talk to me about a business opportunity, and it was a bit weird, but I was like, I was like in a really dark phase of my life, I was saying, and I was lost, completely lost, and I just thought to myself, right, I really need to change my life, I really need to do something different for my life, so let's experiment this. Let's see what this person has to say to me. And then I end up going to some meetings, talking to some people, and I end up joining a community that completely changed my life, completely changed my mentality, completely changed my mindset. Why? Because for the first time in my life, I was with people that actually believed in me. I was with some people that actually wanted to achieve success also, that actually have similar goals to mine. And that was the first time that happened in my life, with like 20 years old, something like that. And that is where I actually understand the power of the environments and the environments that I was in. You know, like your environments are going to dictate your perspective in life, are going to dictate how you see life. And I actually have a quote in here, which is from Leonardo da Vinci, which says, "All of our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions." Your perceptions, and maybe your perceptions and maybe the perceptions that you have for your life is actually really limited perceptions. Is actually the perception that you cannot be successful, that you cannot achieve that goal. You cannot be a YouTuber, you cannot be a social media influencer, you cannot be an entrepreneur, you cannot start that company, you cannot be successful, you cannot be wealthy, you cannot have a healthy body, you cannot have a healthy mind. That is your perception. That is the perception of most people. And you have that perception because of the environment that you are in. Your environment is going to dictate your perspective in life. Today, one of the things that I gained the most in the last years, that I started to do, I think it was 2 years ago, in the time of in the Christmas time, something like that, in December. I think it was 2022, 2021, something like that. That completely changed my mind was I start to question everything. Let's question how the world works. Question the successful people. How did they get there? The successful people, the actually really successful people that most of us look up to, they all had really bad stories. They all failed a lot. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi even. Where did they come from? Most of people, when are Elon Musk, when you are going to go deep in the stories of successful people, in special the successful people that you know more of it, you start to see that all of them had really bad stories in the beginning. They needed to fail a lot. It's a part of life. But the thing is, a lot of times also, they changed their environment. They had a little spark in their life, a little spark that they wanted to actually be successful, to actually really be successful in a way that most people in their environment didn't understand. So they start changing their environment. They end up going to other places, like Lionel Messi. He didn't stay in Argentina. He got out of the Argentina and he came to Spain, to Barcelona. That's why he became successful. Cristiano Ronaldo, he didn't stay in Madeira. He got out of Madeira and ended up going to Sporting, even that he was already a great player, a great player for his age at that time. I think so. But he didn't just close his mind to get to be in Madeira. No, he ended up going to Portugal, to Lisbon, to the capital. And then even he needed to change his environment again, and he changed. He ended up going to Manchester United. And then even he needed to change the environment again, and he changed to Real Madrid. In the last years, he needed to change his environment again, and he changed. He ended up going to Al Nassr. But right now, his mentality is completely different from when he was just a little boy. You know, same thing to Elon Musk. He was in Africa do Sul, South Africa. I'm speaking in Portuguese. He was from South Africa. He changed his environment. And by the way, I actually end up listening to a story, or seeing some post. I actually need to search a bit more about that. But I think Elon Musk actually he also has a really great support group, and great support group is people that are, I'm not saying that it could, maybe his family, I don't know if it is his family, but I think he has people that he has surrounding himself with that end up helping him getting to the point where he is right now. For example, I think the team that he had in PayPal, one of his first companies, one of his first companies, PayPal or Zip2, something like that. Most of the team, the people that were doing that project today, most of them, they are really successful. Like it's Elon Musk, Elon Musk brothers also. He has a farming company. a farming company, but it's a different farming. It's like a vertical farming. He also some other people. Most of them, they are really successful in today's day. And I think when I look to that, I understand that, like, yeah, what was Elon Musk's environment? Him and his brother fighting for a better life, fighting to get a company to success. When they were in a room, I think it was like a room that they were, and they were every single day working like hell to achieve their goal. But they were in the right environment. They were working towards the right thing. They were in the right environment. And the right environment in this case is the people. Or maybe in this case it's not having people bashing you down every single day. Jeff Bezos, I don't know so much about his story. I know that he started also, I think it was in a garage. But for Bill Gates, he also had some people that start Microsoft with him. It was not just Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the most known, but it wasn't just Bill Gates. You need to have someone with him. And when you understand this, like for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, he talks a lot about his mom. And he is really thankful for his mom. You know, it's really important to have the right environment. And the right environment, a lot of the times it's people, but it's not just people. It's what are you doing? Like, what are the books that you are reading? For example, right now, I'm reading this book. I have a couple strong books also in there. I'm reading the Bible. What are you doing? What are you listening to? For example, right now, I actually have in here, in my computer, I'm listening to a podcast from the YouTuber that started the Future, exactly, I think is that the name. From, I think, Media Podcast, and I also have a couple podcasts and videos lined up from Ali Abdal, from Lewis Olmes, Alex Armonzi, editing podcast with Mr. Beast and Dan Coe. This is the people that I'm surrounding myself with. What are you doing in your daily life? Most of the time, what are you doing? Maybe listening to some news. Surround yourself with people that are always bashing you down. Surround yourself with people that instead of talking about their dreams, they are just talking about other people's lives. Why does that matter? Like, and sometimes I understand that like my mentality today works completely different. When people starting talk about like, yeah, that people dates that one and that one, just they end up doing this in their life, and they end up going, and sometimes, yeah, I don't know anything about that because I'm focusing on completely different things. And by the way, it's not a bad thing if you do that. Right, good, but don't expect to have a successful life and do that all of the time. Watching news all of the time, watching movies all of the time, listening to people that are not successful and that are giving you bullshit advice, that's not going to give you success. For sure, that's not going to give you success. You are just like a seed, and just like a seed, you need to be in a good soil. And just like a seed, you need to water every single day. And the water is the knowledge. The knowledge is books, it's podcasts, it's audiobooks. One of the audiobooks that I've been listening to for like a couple weeks, and sometimes I listen to when I'm going to work or I'm coming to work. It's the podcast about I'm forgetting. It's an audiobook, not a podcast. It's an audiobook from Robert Greene, the 20-something, the laws of war, or something like that. Something about laws of war. I hear Patrick Bet-David talking about this, and he talked really good about this book, and he said that he was listening to this book, and I'm actually loving a lot the book. And I actually want to buy the physical copy after it. But right now I'm focusing more on this book. But the sun can be the people that you surround yourself with. But if all of the time you are surrounding yourself with unsuccessful people, with people that are always talking bad about their life, people that didn't achieve what you want to achieve in life, and you're always listening to their advice, what do you think that you're going to get? The exactly same life. The unsuccessful life. The unfulfillment life. The unfulfilled life. A life of complaining instead of living. Living with your family. Living with your families. Traveling maybe the world. Doesn't matter what is your goals. The cars that you want. Maybe, I don't know, if you want a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a Bugatti. Doesn't matter. Alright, you have those goals. How can you get there? You are not going to get to your goals if you are always listening to people that are always bashing you down. That are always saying, yeah, forget that. That's not for you. Don't focus on that. Why are you focusing on that? Go to a college, go to a university, go study. Go be a doctor. That's how you can get successful in life. That's not for us. You cannot achieve that. Go be a lawyer. That's a good life. Don't go with that entrepreneur things and online things and starting your own business. What do you have in your mind? Don't do that. Stop being in the wrong environments. Stop listening to the wrong people. All of these podcasts and videos that I'm going to start doing, it's more for myself. It's more for me to reminding myself, because I have putting the work that I need to put for a long time on the side and just being distracted. And like someday you need to say enough is enough. And that's why I'm also doing a lot of these videos, and I'm going to start doing a lot of these videos because of that. I hope to inspire other people. I hope to change a bit maybe of their mentality, but most of all, these podcasts, it's for myself. These videos, these shorts, these videos that I'm going to do, it's more for myself. It's more for me to remember myself every single day that I need to put the work on. I need to put the work in every single day. And also you need to also put in the work in every single day. And if you don't have the path for your life, the path for success, the path to achieve the goals that you want, go on the internet, go search, like, how can I be successful? Go. If you don't have anything to do, if you don't find anything, or maybe if you just want to do something else, send me a message. I'm going to talk to you about the community that I'm building, and maybe can change also your life. I was talking also, and just the power of the environments that you are in, man. I was talking with some of my colleagues, one of my colleagues, on the other day, and she was talking, like, saying, yeah, like the environment that I'm in, like, it's all of the time, it's just all of the people, they are always talking about football, and that they are always talking about things that doesn't matter for anything. I'm tired about that. I want people that want to fight for their life and to have a different life, want to do completely different things. But people today, they only have a shitty mindset, and I'm tired of this. She has a business, basically. She's an entrepreneur, and she's managing some people, and it's really tough as an entrepreneur, because most of the time you are alone. And I think that is also why some people give up, because you don't have people that are in the same path as you, And I was talking to her, yeah, it isn't actually like that. You are just in the wrong environment. You are building your business with your boyfriend, but you are in the wrong environment. That's why you think like that. You need to be in the right environment. But you also need to be open to be in the right environment. Because a lot of the times, you have an opportunity go by you, and you just let it go. Opportunity is not going to stop. The train only stops in that stop. The train only stops once. It's not going to be there waiting for you all of the time. And you either catch it, or you lose it. You lose the opportunity. And maybe you can find another one. I don't know. Maybe you can find another one. Or maybe not. But a lot of the times, you're also not even open to be in the right environment. You're also not even open to the opportunities that are out there. You need to be open. You need to change your mind at least to start to be open. The amount of people that I sometimes talk about, and when I'm talking about finance or when I'm talking, I don't consider myself an expert about those areas, finance, personal development. I don't consider myself an expert in anything, but I think personal development is something that I really love, and I like more to talk about. Finance, normally I just talk to people that are in a completely different level of mine. And I was talking with this friend of mine, and she was saying, like, in the environments that she is in, she's always the person that knows the most. And I was saying, whoa, that's scary. I was saying to her, like, whoa, that's scary. Because for me it's exactly opposite, and I really like to talk with her, because in that environment, because I have a 9 to 5, not a 9 to 5, but I have a normal job that I am working, and then I'm doing this stuff. I'm doing my business, building my community, and I'm doing the videos for internet. But I'm also doing that at least until I get my I'm missing the words, at least until I get my financial freedom, and I start having the money so that I can sustain myself, like really, really normally, without looking too expensive, or looking to the money that you have in the bank. But yeah, that's a really scary thing, because you are supposed to be in the opposite. You are actually supposed to be in the exactly opposite, where you need to be the person that actually knows the least, not the person that knows the most. Because if you know the most, you don't have a lot to learn with those people. The environments that I'm in, I am the person that knows the least. Even yesterday, I was doing a Zoom call, and I was just learning about finance. I was learning about, I think it's called bonds in the US, if I'm not mistaken myself. And every single day I'm learning stuff. I have people surrounding myself that know more than me. And that's the exact environment that you are in. And I don't think that you are in those type of environments right now. You need to have people that push yourself. You need to have people around you that when you are going to give up, when you are going to say, I will do it tomorrow, those people are going to look to you, to your face, and say, yo man, so we are going to be, I don't want to say, so are you finally giving up? Seriously? Are you finally giving up of your dream? You can't let it for tomorrow. It's not just one day, because just one day becomes every single day. And most people, they are in those type of environments. Most people, they say, it's just one day. It's just one day. It's not, no problem. It's just today. I'm just eating bad food today. I'm just not working on my business today. It's just today. No problem. And then what happens? It's not just one day. It's every single day. It becomes every single day. The mentality of just one day, it's a bullshit mentality. It's the mentality that's going to get you unsuccessfully. Point. Get that in your head. The amount of times that I said to myself, just one day, and it was never just one day, it was actually every single day, I cannot count. It was too much. And then when I'm talking about that mentality, I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about the healthy lifestyle, the food that you eat. If you spend most of your time with 5 other people that eat shitty food, what do you think that you are going to do? Do the exactly same thing. Eat shitty food. If you spend most of your time eating food that is healthy food, you don't drink alcohol, for example, you are going to be the 6th people that does the exact same. If you spend your time with people that are always going to the gym, that are always working on getting themselves better in every single way, doesn't matter if it is in their body, if their mind, in their food, you are going to do the exactly same. That's why you need to surround yourself with people that support you. That's why you need to surround yourself with podcasts that can help you get to your goal. Doesn't matter if it is a podcast about wealth, if it is a podcast about health, if it is a podcast about business, about YouTube, about social media, doesn't matter. Right now, all of these podcasts that I'm listening, I can tell you, all of them, it's about YouTube, it's about social media. Just one of them, it's about focus, because I need to be much more focused in my life. So, what is the environment that I'm putting myself in? The environment that is going to get me to my success. But so that's why you need to question everything. Like, question if that person that are near you are actually going to help you get your goal. And they are going to say, yeah, why do you think like that? But why did someone need to help me to get my goal? If you don't do that, if you don't look to the people that are surrounding yourself, and if you don't honestly understand if they are actually in the right mindset for you and even for them, you're not going to get out. You're not going to get out of the matrix. You're not going to get out of that little rat wheel. You can only get out if you start paying attention to your environment. Your environment is one of the most powerful things, and everything counts when you're talking about your environment. Whether it's your wife, whether it's your family, whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's the news, where it is the podcasts, where if it is the audiobooks, the books that you read, where it is the home that you are, where if it is the neighbor that you live in. It's actually some statistic. Maybe I can later on bring some statistics about this, but it's actually some statistics that the zone that you are born in is going to dictate, or has a high probability to dictate if you are going to the prison or if you are going to have a successful life. It's actually percentages about this. It's actually studies about this. I actually had a script right here in Notion, just a script that I took out from Grok, from Twitter, the AI, and then the ChatGPT, and I didn't follow anything, to be honest. I think it was too unclear, or maybe I don't know how to follow instruction yet. Maybe it's a skill that I need to gain. But yeah, I'm going to read 4 points of how can you harness the power of your environment to make your dreams come true. And here are the practical tips and strategies to guide you. 1. Surround yourself with positive influences. Seek out people who support your goals and ambitions. Do this every single day, not once a year. Find a mentor. Learn from someone who has walked a similar path to achieve success. Take advantage of resources. Explore affordability resource like online courses to expand your knowledge. Podcasts, they are free. Be persistent. Embrace setbacks as a part of the journey. Keep pushing forward and you will eventually reach your goals. The power of your environment is undeniable. By creating a supportive environment, we can overcome obstacles and achieve success that you dream of. You can actually have a better life. If you don't believe in yourself, just go study other people's success. Subscribe below. I'm going to start talking much more in depth about this, other people's success stories. Understand how did they get there. Understand what did they have to sacrifice. Understand that probably the people that you see yourself, that you see them as a mentor, they probably had a past that were worse than yours. You can actually have a much better life. Like the Leonardo that started this journey 5 years ago when I started my YouTube channel. That Leonardo was he was not going anywhere, honestly. But you can get to a better life. You can achieve the success that you want. And also can I'm going to get there. Believe me. Doesn't matter the time it takes, because I'm putting myself more and more in the right environments. Because I have mentors, I have people that are helping me every single day. And so do you need that. If you want to know more about how you can be in the right environment, send me a message, send me a DM in Twitter, in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is. Just send me a DM and we talk about that. I really believe in you, because when I look to myself and I see where did I come from and where I am right now, even that I'm far away from achieving my goals, I'm much far away from the point that I started. And it's natural that I'm far away from my goals when my goals are so giant and are so big. It's normal. That's why more and more stopping of focusing on my giant goals and focusing on what I need to do every single day to achieve a greater life, to achieve the success that I want, and focusing on the family that I want to have. This is a picture of an imaginary family that doesn't have, of course, it has only a woman and 4 kids. More and more I'm focusing on this stuff, because this is my why. This is what's going to push me forward, is my family. You can really get to your dreams, believe me. So everyone, I hope that you like this podcast. Subscribe if you want to listen more stories of success. I'm going to talk more and more about stories of success in this YouTube channel. I'm not just going to post about podcasts. I'm going to post shorts and also longer form videos, maybe like, I don't know, maybe 10 to 30 minutes, something like that, of going deep into success stories and teaching you how you can achieve your success, and especially teaching myself. All of the videos that I'm going to do, it's for myself first. If I can inspire you to just at least start fighting for your dream, go, because it's something that just messed with my mind today. Like, how your dream is the most powerful thing that you have. So how can you just stop believing in it? How can you just stop one day and stop fighting for it? And by the way, just a couple months, just in the last years, I've been close to that. Even that I start following my dreams, I start working on my goals, I stopped surrounding myself with the right people, with the right environments at some point, and I was more and more stopping to believe in myself. And I was more and more stopping to work on my goals, on my dreams. And that is why the environment is so powerful. And you need to keep yourself in the right environment every single day. Subscribe, put the little bell on, activate the little bell so that you can receive a notification when I post a video. All of the videos that I'm going to post on my channel are about how we can achieve success together, how we can get better every single day. It doesn't matter the area of it is, but I'm going to talk about personal development, the mindset, the mentality that it takes for you to become a beast in your life, for you to achieving the success that you want in your life. Doesn't matter what you are calling success, what is success for you, but because success is a different thing for every single person. And I'm also going to more and more starting to talk about finance, because it's something that I also help people to get better in their life financially. How can they get more money from their job? How can they start to earn more? How can they start their own business? Let's stop being in the rat race. Let's stop being in this fucking matrix, and let's fight for a better life, for a better future, because I know that you can have a better life, but it takes work. It takes a lot of work, a lot of consistency, a lot of discipline, a lot of improvement for you to achieve your goal, but you can get there. All right, let's go, king and queens. See yourself in the next video.